Hi guys, Jonathan here as usual. I hope that you're doing well, and if you already watched my last video, the last video that I uploaded on this channel about street portraits on film, you already know that there was another video on its way, and it's this one. This one in particular is still about still photography, still about film photography, strangely enough for this channel, but specifically it's about a weekend that I spent in Porto with my brother Simon and my girlfriend Claudia a couple months ago. So between developing the film, working, living in general, and also the fact that I'm switching gear at the moment, talking about this, I've been shooting my these last videos with this camera that I'm using also right now, the Insta360 GO3, and I think that it's doing a pretty good job. So yeah, just to add this. But yeah, apart from this, it was worth it in the end, waiting all of this time, because I'm pretty happy with the results, honestly, pretty happy with the pictures. I just edited them like quickly on Lightroom, just added a bit of contrast, retouched a bit the exposure, you know, the little things, but nothing like crazy. I can say that the pictures are like 99% the same as what came out of the film roll, basically. So yeah, it was a good starting point, and I think that I just added like a bit of touches, you know, like this, but nothing crazy, as I said before. So this time I did something that is completely out of my comfort zone, because I didn't carry my digital gear with me during this little trip. I only carried this camera, that is a Pentax Espio 90 MC, that is basically my only analog camera, and this film roll, the Fomapan 400. I mean, this is just the box, of course. And yeah, so I was saying I only carried film stuff. I also ended up with 7 frames left that I actually used for the street portrait video. So yeah, it was a win-win situation. In the end, I managed to do something with what was left also, and I think that that video is not that bad, and I'm quite happy because I'm slowly getting to a point in which I don't hate my film photography anymore. I mean, I didn't hate it before, but I was never satisfied with it, honestly. I think that as time goes on, I'm starting to be a bit more a bit more satisfied with the results. Like in general, out of 36 pictures, in this case, I have almost 36 usable pictures. And then I have maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 that I really like, and the rest is like, usable, as I said before. At the same time, I feel like I'm starting to like doing analog photography more, because I'm dedicating to each film roll project, like the one that I made during Christmas, the Christmas in Lisbon thing with the Santa Color 100, and this time in Porto with the Fomapan 400. So yeah, I think that it's basically the key for me to actually enjoy analog photography instead of just doing it for random stuff. I think that I still prefer using my digital gear for random stuff, or my digital gear including my phone also. In any case, I have to say that these pictures are starting to look more like Jonathan's photos instead of being the photos that Jonathan takes when he's shooting on film and he's afraid of messing everything up and that kind of stuff. So it's I think that between them, among them, there is something that can fit in my body of work, pretty easily, I'd say. So I'm happy also, I'm happy about that as well. To be honest, not having my digital camera made me hesitate on a few occasions. At the same time, I knew that I had 36 shots that I could take in a couple days, so I wasn't that limited. Could have been worse. But at the same time, I knew that there were only 36, so yeah, it was a bit of a, I had to force myself a bit in order to not hesitate too much on pictures and be like, okay, I can try and take this picture. If it comes out, it comes out. If not, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world. So I think that in general, as I was saying before, dedicating a project to a particular film roll, like in this case, helped a bit, like helped me focusing and living this experience in a more intense way. so yeah, made me hesitate a bit. At the same time, I was very focused on what I was doing. I wanted to take my pictures of Porto, but with film, and yeah, I think that in general it was yeah, it went pretty well. In these photos there's a bit of everything, as you can see. Like there's a bridge, there's the historic center, there's Gaia, there are the parks, and I think that like in general Porto is a very rewarding city when talking about photography opportunities. If I have to compare it with Lisbon, I mean, I don't have to compare it, but maybe for you it's interesting. I'd say that Porto is a bit more authentic and also a bit more touristy for the exact same reason, while Lisbon is a bit more gentrified, and probably in Lisbon you have to walk a bit more in order to find like interesting spots photography wise, while in Porto you just walk in the historic center and it's all there. Basically there's interesting stuff, there's authentic stuff like more or less everywhere. In Lisbon too, but it depends on the area, because I mean also because it's a bigger city. So yeah, I'd say this if I had to compare the two cities. But in general, if you like taking pictures, visiting Portugal in general, I think that it's worth it. It's full of places, like interesting places, talking about nature, cities, historical places, castles. There's a lot to photograph honestly in Portugal, so yeah, it's worth it, like in general. So yeah, just to conclude, I would say that this experiment slash project slash trip was worth it in my opinion, and yeah, I feel like I want to keep doing this, like every once in a while buy a new film roll and then dedicate a project to that film roll, and try to experiment with more film rolls, like for example now I don't have examples, but there are a lot of film rolls that I haven't used, like for now. So if you have some interesting advice about film rolls, feel free to leave them here in the comment section. And also, as I said before, I'm switching gear, and or I already switched gear. So I will get back with digital photography as well here on the channel, and yeah, it's a pretty interesting moment, if I have to be honest, like photography wise, because of this analog photography thing, also because yeah, because I'm switching gear. Sometimes, you know, you get stuck in your own way of doing things, in your own process of doing things. So like I've been shooting in the exact same way for years, and I wanted to change it a bit to give it a little kick, you know, a bit of spice. And I'm glad that I'm doing different things, like for example the last video, I mean the 7 strangers in Lisbon thing. I think that it's different, it's a sort of experiment, and I want to keep doing this kind of stuff, like for example in this case going to a city only with analog gear, and it's something that I wouldn't have done in the past, I think. And now I was like, okay, yeah, if nothing comes out, it's I mean it's bad luck, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, trying to have this attitude, I think that will be interesting for my photography in the future. And yeah, this said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video as usual, and if you want to support me, leave a like, a comment. Remember to comment about the film rolls, because I don't know a lot about film rolls. And yeah, if you want to subscribe please. It helps the channel. Yeah, it helps the channel, like in general. So thanks again, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye.